Hey! On this episode of Buke's World's DIY, I will show you how to locate and remove the headlight housing in order to access and remove and replace the bulb on your Chrysler Plymouth Prowler. The process is really simple, so don't be scared to save yourself some time and money. You know the dealer has no problem taking it from you. So stay tuned, and we'll get to it right after this.
Hello, and welcome to Buke's World at Channel Bookie Doo. Here I'll cover an array of content from DIYs, discussions, pro-life tips, editorials, you name it.
In order to stay abreast of all new content as I post it, hit that subscribe button. Then hit the little bell icon to get a notification as I post. And if you find this video helpful, please like, share, comment, and subscribe.
So today what I'm going to do is replace the 9005 LED bulbs in this Prowler. All right, quite a few years ago I purchased these off the internet, eBay, Amazon. I'm not 100% sure which I did, but they're the 905, the 9005s, and of course I got the 6000K. all right, I don't really like them. They don't really give me the brightness that I need. So what I said, before I go another route, I actually went to my nearest auto parts store. All right, and I picked up a well-known brand. These are the Sylvania 9005 LEDs. So what I'm going to do is give this a shot. I'm going to replace the other pair. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch them. I'm going to take the halogen out of my high beams. I'll put these over into my high beams. I'm going to put these into my low beams. And then I'm going to do a comparison to see which ones I like better. Anyway, here we go. First, you want to lift your hood, which under here is going to get a nice steam cleaning also. All right, here you find your headlight. All right, don't mind my hands. I was working on one of my dune buggies this morning, and I was doing giving my floor a nice coating, undercoating, and hey, that's when you do it yourself without gloves, this is what happens. Now, first thing you're going to have to do is find these screws. These screws are torque screws. All right, so you're going to have to use, in my vehicle, it's a T20. It's a T20 torque. All right, and you will have eight of these to remove. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here's a snapshot of the whole thing. Let me see. Okay, so tools you'll need today. To mention, you'll need a Torx. These are Torx screws. You're going to need a Torx drill bit or wrench, whatever you want to call it. This happens to be the Torx T20 for this one. I'm going to use my drill. So again, I've already set to the lowest possible speed. I don't want to strip anything, don't want to break anything. Parts are kind of hard to gather. And as you can see, it is snowing out here. It is snowing. I've been out here since this morning. I came out here, it was like 37 degrees. I'm gonna hurry up and do this, or I'm gonna put this down and do it again, or bring it into the garage, which I have some things to move. But second thing, very useful tool, little magnetic pan. Look at that, upside down. All right, actually this magnetic pan is so great because you can actually sit it on something that's magnetic or metal, and you know it'll stick there also. But for the most part, this is what you want. All right, and you can see they're not glued down, pieces move. All right, but the simple fact that you have 8 of these tiny screws, you would want to have one of these available. All right, great. As I mentioned, the tools you will need, I'm actually going to use my drill. Make sure that you set it on the lowest. I usually set it on the lowest setting. Make sure you keep your washers. All right, and as I said, hey, look at this. Nice magnetic cup. Keep your screws intact. Now that I removed those screws, you'll notice that this wire on the driver's side is in the way. So, simple and plain, grab your tie wrap or a rope or something else, tie it up out of your way. All right, then you can remove the cap. And here you go. Now you have access to your bulbs. This is your low beam back here. Let me see if I can get in there. Okay, the low beam is toward the rear. All right, The high beam is toward the front. All right. So as you can see, I had changed the bulb to an aftermarket LED, which I don't like. I will replace it right now. And I'm also going to replace the high beam. For your knowledge, both low and high beams are both the 9005, the 9005 bulb. Okay. Now, before we continue, it's always a good idea if you're dealing with halogen bulbs to make sure you get yourself a good pair of gloves. You can actually buy these on the internet, which I did, or found out even after ordering on the internet. In the auto parts store, they have boxes and boxes of these. They have small packs, big packs, Walmart, anywhere. You can actually grab them. So now let's get to this light. Basically, this is the high beam, I'm sorry. Give it a little twist. I'm twisting it toward my driver's side. All right, and this will release it. Lift right here. And then you push the bulb outward. I'll have to do it. Put the phone down. All right. Okay, phone down. Okay, the bulb is released. All right, but I needed two hands to do that. All right. Now, another practice of mine is to always try to, I know I can't get in here, but try to find out the configuration of the light socket assembly. So this way you can actually match up your rings. You see, you have a small one, a medium size, and another medium size. Some of them have a small, a medium, and a large. They all have different configurations, but you would want to find that out first. You would try to find out what the configuration is, so this way you know how to insert the bulb and do it easily. I always suggest investing in a nice mirror. This one has a telescopic arm, and you can stretch it out and use it in different applications. Well, here it is. Now, as I see it, it looks like my smaller notch is going to be on the bottom. So this might help me in the insertion. Now, I make it a practice whenever changing my bulbs, before I insert them, I always try to turn them on just to make sure that my bulb works before I go through all the work, the trials and tribulations of putting it in, and then find out that the bulb is no good. Okay, now the first bulb is inserted. That is the low beam.
Okay, because somebody wanted to come by and play music real loudly, I have to do this overdub because I don't want to get hit with copyright infringement. YouTube is quick to knock down your video for copyright infringements. Now, also, I didn't get to do a comparison of the two LED lights because the aftermarket heat sinks were too big to fit in the high beam compartment. So I just replaced the halogen bulb to bring you a high contrast comparison. But trust and believe, as soon as they come back in stock, I'm changing those too. And as always, I want to thank you for tuning in to Buke's World. And if this video has helped you in any way, please like, share, comment, and subscribe.